Welcome to the Noon Mix. Thanks so much for being here. It is a Thursday, May 30th, and we want to welcome everyone here on this Thursday. If you look out the window, it's quite soggy out there today. Got a myriad of different showers in and around the area. And we'll be talking about that in just a few minutes. We've got a great lineup of information for you today. We have some new public service announcements that just came in over the wire, and also we have several things that are happening with the law enforcement agencies, and we'll get right to that in just a few minutes. I want to tell you about a marathon that's happening tonight on one of our channels, and then we've got a pretty good video of the day that we want to share with you, kind of go back to our roots on local television and how you can gain channels in the area, very inexpensive way. It's kind of like a craft hobby that you could do with the kids a little bit later on in the summer if you'd like. Pretty good project. We'll show you all about that in just several minutes at the end of the show. But first, let's take a look at the most important topic of the day, and that is weather. Weather. As we look out our window today, we are looking out over the Huntsville west of us now. We kind of like to look at our west because that's where most of the front's coming from. But actually this morning I was watching some of the more detailed weather activity, and we had winds coming from the south and the east, so it's swirling around. That's probably why it's going to be here for quite a while. We've got a pattern in the weather that is regenerating itself from day to day, and it's identifying itself as a duplicate. It's doing the same thing every day, and it's going to be doing that for the next, actually through the weekend, and hopefully it'll clear up in just a few days. As we look at some of the temperatures in and around our viewing area, we'll look out the window here and see the raindrops on the camera lens with that ominous sky out there hovering above. Gainesville, 68 degrees, got a little partly sunny skies down there. Branson's got some rain going on currently right now with 70 degrees. 72 in Jasper. Marshall, Arkansas has 72 degrees. Eureka Springs at 70 with some of the sun peeking out. We're going to see that quite a bit all day long. Mountain View, Arkansas, full of showers right now at 72 degrees. Salem, Arkansas, 72. 68 Mountain Home, and 70 right here in Harrison as we bring you the Noon Mix program. What's going to happen for the next 24 hours? Well, let's take a look. Mostly cloudy today, tomorrow, and the next day. Partly patchy fog in the morning. We had almost no visibility earlier this morning as people got out to go to work. Chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms during the day, highs in the upper 70s. Northeast winds 5 miles per hour in the morning, becoming east in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation 50% today, with a total rainfall up to 1/4 of an inch. Mostly cloudy tonight, lows around 64 degrees. That chance of rain continues with some isolated thunderstorms around the area. I have webcams all over the Boone County area, and I kind of watch those from time to time. And where it may be not raining here, it will be raining in other areas. So you may be experiencing that. You may get rain and your neighbor may not. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour this evening, decreasing to 5 miles for the overnight lows, or for the overnight midnight area. And then chance of precipitation 30%, and that average rainfall is going to be less than 1/10 of an inch. And as we look into the remainder of this week into the weekend, look at there, 80 degrees for tomorrow for the high, with that 50% chance continuing. Overnight lows are going to be in the mid-60s to upper 60s. Saturday, high 82. Sunday, high 83, with those chances of precipitation happening over and over and over again. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday looks pretty good. 85 for the highs, and partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies for the beginning of next week. All right, let's take a first break. When we come back, we'll be talking about law enforcement news and what's been happening in the last few days. Pretty interesting stuff. Stay with us. You're watching the Noon Mix. Welcome back to the Noon Mix. We have some reports from the Baxter County and also Boone County law enforcement of some activities happening different areas around the county. And this one first here, Baxter County Sheriff's investigators have been trying to track this one individual down here. Philip Randall Bartlett has finally been apprehended with a couple of his accomplices in some burglary and theft and breaking and entering charges. We have several pages of these going through actual times when places were broken into, tools were stolen. Back in April, May the 10th, residence was burglarized. Rocking Chair Resort, someone had entered a boat and stole some things there. Cranfield Marina, the boats were entered, a boat was stolen there. Private dock, a boat motor was stolen. It just goes on and on. And then the person pictured there on the screen is Philip Randall Bartlett, and his charges are residential burglary on 4 counts, felonies, breaking and enter 17 counts, theft of property, 3 counts on that, those were felonies, theft of property, 18 counts, those were misdemeanors, criminal mischief, 1 count, that's a misdemeanor, failure to appear in court on 2 counts, misdemeanor warrants, outstanding felony warrant in Izard County, and they have a hold on him there. Outstanding misdemeanor warrant in Marion County, have a hold on him there. Parole violation, Arkansas Department of Corrections, they have a hold on him also. Philip Bart is being held in lieu of $150,000 bond of the Baxter County Detention Center charges, and without bond on the parole violations. He will appear in Baxter County on June the 19th. And then we have here Michelle J. Lindley, facing charges hindering apprehension of prosecution. That's a felony. Theft of property, that's a felony. Theft of receiving, it's a misdemeanor. Possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, non-payment of fines. And then child support non-payment. And then finally, Michael Lindley is being held on Michelle Lindley is being held on $75,000 bond, and that's not her, this is her here. And is in the criminal charges of $1,500 bond on the child support non-payment. And she's been, I am sorry, I said Michelle, that's not Michelle, this is Susan Michelle Busher. And she's been charged with hindering apprehension, prosecution, possession of methamphetamine, and also possession of drug paraphernalia and theft of property. The other person, this person here, Michael Lindley, has been charged with several crimes and misdemeanors, and he's been held with $50,000 bond, or actually $75,000 bond in criminal charges, and he had the child support non-payment on that. Then let's go to this person here. This is Lawrence Gregory Miller. The Sheriff's Office is notifying everyone that the public that he is a level 3 high risk to reoffend sexual offender, and he resides now in Marion County, is working and is now working at an address in Gassville in Baxter County. That address is works at Letty's Restaurant, Gassville, Arkansas. The offender was convicted of sexual misconduct on February of 2003. Documentation indicates the offender beginning when he was 11 years old and reported sexual contact with a female child living at the same address where she was 2 years old at the time. This person is not wanted by law enforcement agencies at this time. This notification is not intended to increase fear. Rather, it is the belief of K26 TV and law enforcement that informed public is a safer public. This information cannot be used to threaten, intimidate, or harass registered offenders, and this will not be tolerated by law enforcement. Such abuse could potentially end the ability to report on these notifications. And then finally, we have, also from the Baxter County Sheriff's Office, emergency personnel respond to a self-inflicted shooting. Sheriff's Office and EMS personnel responded at an address approximately 9:23 a.m. After the 911 call center received a call from a man residing at the address indicating he was going to harm himself with a gun. The line remained open while emergency personnel responded, but there was no further communication between the caller and 911. Upon arrival, deputies found 78-year-old Daniel Bly of the residence had sustained an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound from a handgun. He was found outside the residence. Daniel Bly was transported to Baxter Regional Medical Center by ambulance. His condition is not known at present. There is no foul play suspected. And then finally, juvenile charges in a rape in Boone County received a report of a 12-year-old female that had been sexually assaulted over a 2-year period in Boone County. The victim was taken to Grandma's House, a nonprofit advocacy center specializing in interviewing and supporting children who are victims of physical and sexual abuse. The 12-year-old girl disclosed a series of sexual assaults perpetrated by a 16-year-old male who is a member of her family. The 16-year-old suspect was interviewed at the Boone County Sheriff's Office later in the day by Sergeant Mark Arnold. According to Arnold, the juvenile admitted having repeated sexual contact with the girl starting with when she was 9 years old. Sheriff Moore said the male juvenile was charged with 1 count of rape and 2 counts of sexual assault. He was taken into custody and transported to Juvenile Detention Center pending a hearing in front of the Juvenile Division Circuit Court. Judge Moore expressed his thanks to Grandma's House and the Arkansas State Police for their assistance, and we cannot list those people's names because they are underage, but we appreciate that information from law enforcement agencies in and around the area. When we come back, we'll be giving you some updates on some public service announcements, some events that are happening this weekend, so stick around. You are watching The Noon Mix. We've got some activities, actually have so much that we're just going to cover the next couple days, maybe into the weekend. I want to let you know about this before it happens because this is from the Buffalo National River Partners, and they're having a fundraiser June 20th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Quality Inn in Harrison. And they're trying to raise money to reclaim their, their furniture, reclaim the furniture at the cabins, the outside furniture there. These pieces of furniture were built back in the 30s by the CCC and it's called the Civilian Conservation Corps. And these furniture pieces have been an icon for the cabins for so many years, and they're wanting to raise some money to reclaim those. It's a process, and they're wanting you to be a part of that. This will be June the 20th at the Quality Inn in Harrison from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. They're going to be having silent auctions of float trips, cabin stays, artwork, and more. National Park Radio will be there as the band. They best suited for that kind of venue and music, and also for this fundraiser. National Park Radio will be there. And this is... if you want more information, you can go to their website at bnrpartners.org, and that will give you more information on that. Also, they're having a tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Let me look real quick. Yes, tomorrow, the 30th, May 30th. Art Walk and Coyote Union will be in concert. Enjoy a pairing of art and music at the Blackbird Cafe over the Mountain Home area, located inside the Donald W. Reynolds Library. This will be from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. tomorrow, and they'll be playing some music there. Plus, you can meet artists from the Art Odyssey and take a self-guided tour for the area artist studio during that time. For more information, you can contact the library over in Baxter County, 870-580-0979. And then we have also tomorrow, Friday, they're having a 5K run walk at North Ark Cross Country Course. This is called the Neon Run, and this will start at 7 p.m. tomorrow night, and they'll run from 8 to 10. They'll have a DJ, they'll have barbecue, and over $1,000 in prizes. If you're a runner, you can get signed up for that. $5, 5 years and under are free. $10 for kids over that, and then $15 for adults. This will be at the North Ark Cross Country Course. You can contact Neon Run XC 2014 newmix@gmail.com for more information on that one. Also, the 31st, which will be this Saturday, North Ark is having their summer movie series, and this will be at the Bill Baker Amphitheater. This will start right around dark time, 8:30, somewhere around in there, maybe closer to 9. And there's several movies that are going to be shown throughout the summer. The first one will be May 31st, the Lego Movie. And these movies will be entirely free for you to enjoy. Just come out and be at the Bill Baker Amphitheater. You can sit on the knolls there and enjoy. They'll have a big screen and a great sound system there to enjoy. June 28th will be Frozen. June 26th will be Captain America, the Winter Soldier. August 16th, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And then September 27th, they have not secured a movie yet, but they are working on it, so we'll give you that information when it comes. Also tomorrow, or actually Saturday, A-Bait District 7 will be having their poker run at the Harrison Visitor Center, and this will it starts at the Visitor Center and will end at the Homey Hearth Bakery in Delhi. First bike out will be 9 a.m., last bike out will be 10 a.m., and then all in by 12:30, $5 per hand. You can contact Mike Conway at 870-416-0276. And then over in Bull Shoals Lake, White River area, the Chamber of Commerce is putting on their high school fishing state championship. This is going to be at Bull Shoals Lake, White River Chamber of Commerce. And let's see, it's the Bass Federation in partnership with the FLW is again hosting this event for Students Angler Federation. Arkansas High School Fishing Championship will be Saturday 31st, Bull Shoals Lake Dock. And for more information on that, you can go to bullshoals.org, and then there will be a link there for you. If you need to become a sponsor, $200 for that, and you go to the website to fill out the information there. Let's see. Also, we talked about that movie, okay? And then this also Saturday, they're having what's called a D's Fest. It's an event that's going to be where is it? Minnie Harris Park. And this is a $7 to $5 with non-perishable food item. You can either pay it or you can bring a non-perishable food item to come enjoy the concert. It'll be 3 p.m. to midnight. There'll be several bands there. Ghost Dance, National Park Radio will be there. The Boot Hill, the gas station attendants, Slap Dance Science, the Gorlons, Burger Cows, Smoky Folk, DJ Giefer Sutherland, and probably more that you want to enjoy. That's happening Saturday at Minnie Harris Park here in Harrison, Arkansas. And then Music on the Square in Yellville is happening, starting up this summer. It's going to be this Saturday again over on the square in Yellville, Arkansas. Starts about 7 o'clock, and all this is free. So check it out. The Melody Cats. That's what it is. That's an odd spelling. Melody Cats will be there performing for you. And that's it. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll be filling you in, and hopefully we'll get that video that we want to show you about in just 2 minutes. Stay with us. You're watching the Noon Mix. As always, I try to cram in as much as I can, and I'm running out of time, so I'm going to do history real quick for you. What happened on this day on May 29th? Well, in 1721, South Carolina was formally incorporated as a colony, and then in 1790, Rhode Island became the last of the original 13 colonies to ratify the U.S. Constitution. 1848, Wisconsin became the 30th state in the Union. 1849, a patent for lifting vessels out of the water was granted to none other than Abraham Lincoln. He had several patents. 1910, an airplane raced a train from Albany, New York to New York City. The plane won. Glenn Curtis won the prize of $10,000 for that feat. 1912, 15 women were dismissed from their jobs at the Curtis Publishing Company in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for dancing the turkey trot while on the job. Then in 1978, the postage stamp went from 13 cents to 15 cents. And then finally, in our history section, 1999, Space Shuttle Discovery completed the first docking to the United States International Space Station. Birthdays. Let's talk about birthdays real quick. No local birthdays we could want to talk about today, but we can talk about who has a special birthday. Patrick Henry was born on this day in 1736, and there he is on the screen, Patrick Henry. I don't think that's a selfie, but I think, most people had portraits done of themselves back in those days. And then in 1903, Bob Hope, comedian and actor, was born on this day. Also, one of our better presidents, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, was born on this day in 1917. Stacy Keach was born on this day in 1941. Annette Bening, she was born in 1958. And then finally, Melissa Etheridge was born 1961. Let's go to our final video of the day. I think we have just enough time to do this. If you are strapped for money and would like to convert over to local television, here's a way to build your own little antenna out of some cardboard and some aluminum foil. Pretty cool. Great project for the kids. Take a look, and we'll see you again tomorrow on Friday's show.
If you have cable or satellite TV, you could be paying upwards of $100 or more a month for that service. And if you have 300 channels, how many do you actually watch? Not to mention, if you have satellite and the weather's bad, you get nothing. Well, I'm going to show you how to get free TV with this $5 DIY HD TV antenna. To get started, you'll need some cardboard, or in my case, I'm using foam core that's about a 1/4 inch thick. Using a ruler and a pencil, we're going to measure out 2 pieces that are 8 by 11. And we're also going to measure out 2 pieces that are 8 by 8. Then using a knife or razor blade, cut out those pieces, and you'll end up with 4 pieces. Next, we'll need some tinfoil, because this is what our antennas are actually going to be made out of. And you're going to use this template. Now, you can find a link for this exact template in the description of this video. Once you print it out, use a pair of scissors and carefully cut it out, and you'll end up with an antenna template that looks like this. Now we'll tear off a sheet of aluminum foil and place our template on top of it. Then using a Sharpie, carefully trace around the template. And when you're done, we're going to cut that out with a pair of scissors. Now you need to duplicate this because we need 2 antennas for this project. Okay, now grab one of those 8 by 11 pieces of our housing, and using a ruler, we're going to find the exact center of the longest side. Make 2 marks at the top of the bottom and draw a line. Then using some glue, run a bead down that line. And carefully line up our first antenna piece and press it in place. Then it's time to glue down all the other ends of our antenna. Again, we're going to duplicate this exact same thing so you end up with 2 antennas mounted on your boards. Then you'll need a piece of antenna cable. I'm using some coax cable, but you could also use flat antenna cable. And the other end will be clipped and stripped. Now we'll staple one side of the cable on the bottom of the small end of the antenna. And I use some hot glue just to make sure the contacts are good and it's held in place. Then do the same with the other cable connection. Again, stapled in place, and some hot glue if you'd like. Now we'll stand up our 2 antenna bases and put them at about a 45-degree angle. Now using that same glue, we'll run a bead down the end of both of those pieces and line up and apply the 8 by 8 piece onto one side and hold it in place and let the glue dry. After both pieces are attached, your HD TV antenna is done, and it should look like this. I found a location close to my TV and set it up there. Now most modern TVs are digital, so you're going to need a digital TV converter. Now I found one at a garage sale for $10. So I hooked the antenna up to the converter and the converter to the TV and began a scan. I got 26 channels, and that was without even adjusting the antenna position. And this $5 DIY HD TV antenna works like a charm. Some channels come in better than others, but now you've eliminated your cable or satellite bill. And that's how to build a cheap and easy HD TV antenna. By the way, my good friends at Audible.com